Hello fellow Aussians, I'm the Louisiana Quadling, and welcome to my channel. Grab your beignets and coffee at Café du Monde as we head to the Big Easy, New Orleans, as we look at this latest doll from my collection. And if you love The Wizard of Oz as much as I do, make sure to hit that subscribe button to subscribe for more Oz content. I post new videos on the 15th and last day of each month. This Dorothy doll was made by C.V. Gambina Incorporated. I do not know when she was originally released, and if you know, please comment down below. The doll originally retailed for $20 US. C.V. Gambina Incorporated was a doll company that was founded here in Louisiana, in New Orleans, by Charles Vincent Gambina in 1975. The company produced cloth, vinyl, and porcelain dolls. While the clothing was made in New Orleans, the dolls were produced in Hong Kong. The company is most known for their historical and southern-themed dolls. Dorothy is definitely an oddity from the company, as they didn't produce too many fairy tale or nursery rhyme-themed dolls. Charles Gambina himself was not a Southerner. In fact, he was born in California from immigrant Italian parents. He eventually moved down to New Orleans, and that is where he of course met and married his wife and founded the doll company. The company was around until a year before his death in 2004. Getting back to Dorothy, I do not have a box to show you of how the doll originally came, but I can describe it to you. It would have been a brown cardboard box that would simply have the doll's name stamped on the bottom of the box. Dorothy stands 10.5 inches tall, is made of vinyl, and has 5 points of articulation at the neck, shoulders, and hips. This example here is heavily sun damaged, giving her vinyl a sort of ghost-like quality. I do have another one that's in better condition that I'll be showing you later on in the video to give you an example of what the vinyl should look like. Dorothy's face features blue sleep eyes and pink lip paint. She has rooted brown hair with red ribbons. Her outfit features different separate pieces. On top is the gingham jumper. Underneath this is a full white dress with a gathered collar, puffed sleeve. All of the examples I have seen, the elastic is worn out, and lace on the bottom of the skirt. Both the jumper and the dress are held together with metal snaps on the back. Underneath this is white bloomers. On Dorothy's feet are white socks and ruby slippers. The socks and shoes are unfortunately sewn together. They are not separate, and they are also glued to the bottom of her feet. The ruby slippers originally had another shiny fabric on top of them, but that fabric was extremely fragile and was even fraying when I got this doll back in the 90s. Dorothy's accessory is her basket with Toto inside. My basket handle was broken when I first got it, and when I was young, my grandmother lived with us, and she is the one who crocheted this handle so that Dorothy could hold her basket. Toto is a simple gray pom-pom with googly eyes glued on. Her hang tag shows the doll's company name on the front, and on the inside reads, Dorothy and Toto. Dorothy and Toto on the yellow brick road, looking for a way to go home. It was there all the while in her ruby red slippers, if she had only known. Cute, right? The back of the hang tag shows where the doll was made, in New Orleans. And this doll has a variant. It appears it was common for the C.V. Gambina company to change aspects of their dolls, like the hair color, the eye color, the fabric. And Dorothy is no exception. I was trying to pick up a doll that was in better shape than the one I had, and instead picked up this brown-eyed variant. Now, I do believe that the blue-eyed version is the original, and this brown-eyed one is a later edition. You can also see with this example what her vinyl should look like. This was the second Wizard of Oz doll that I acquired in my collection, and I picked her up in New Orleans on one of our trips to visit our cousins in Kenner. But before we went to see them, we went to the French Quarter to go searching for Oz books. Now, you have to remember that this is before Hurricane Katrina ravaged New Orleans, so there were lots and lots of antique bookstores in the French Quarter. Anyways, there was one bookstore that always had Oz books, and that was Henry's Antiques and Children's Books. And that store was owned by a man named Henry Weiss, who I later learned was a member of the International Wizard of Oz Club. It was a pretty small shop, but it was covered in books from the floor to the ceiling from what I remember. And there was this one section that had lots of Wizard of Oz ephemera on the shelves. There were 3 Dorothy dolls, including this one, and some photographs of Judy Garland and Margaret Hamilton from the MGM movie. Anyways, me being the absolutely terrible child that I was, said, I want this doll. There's only, of course, one little snag to this whole thing. She wasn't for sale. But she was this day. Somehow we convinced the owner to let us buy this doll, and I went home with this doll. I remember he was very confused that I wanted this Dorothy doll in comparison to the other ones that he had, because she wasn't the fanciest one that was there. I most likely gravitated towards this one because she looked the most childlike, which is the way that I've always loved Dorothy to be depicted. And the basket handle that my grandmother knitted for Dorothy's basket wasn't the only piece that she made for this doll. She also made a complete second outfit. This little red winter outfit she knitted for Dorothy so that Dorothy could stay warm during the winter as well. And when I was very little, I used to display this doll in this outfit every single winter. Now, if you want to get this doll, that's where it's going to get a little tricky. This doll is quite rare, and I'm not using that word lightly. She's really rare. Over the past decade, I've only seen 2 of these dolls sell. Yes, you heard me correctly. Over the past 10 years, I've only seen 2 of these dolls sell. And there aren't too many other collectors that I know of that own this doll either. And I'm not telling you this to be, like, oh, look at what I have. I have something really, really rare. Oh, it's so rare. I'm telling you this to let you know the doll's rare, and if you want to get one, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you. That's all I'm saying. Do you regularly go antique shopping for Wizard of Oz stuff for your collection? Comment down below. I'd love to hear what your finds are. And if you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. New videos are posted every 2 weeks on the 15th and last day of each month. And if that doesn't satisfy your appetite for Oz, follow the link in the description to ozclub.org and join the International Wizard of Oz Club. Until next time, bye y'all.